Problem number 1 of the 2006 MIT Integration Bee Quarterfinals, quarterfinal number 1, the indefinite integral of x cubed times e to the power x squared. So this is a fairly simple problem. Let's see how maybe we would solve it. So the first thing we would want to do for this problem is separate the x cubed term into x squared and x, so that we have x dx, and that is important. It will become really crucial and apparent in a short while. So let u be equal to x squared. We want to substitute that intricate part, so that du dx is equal to 2x, meaning that now a half du can be used substitute of the x dx term, and therefore you have x squared and another x squared on the lower portion here. So the problem now, the integral of x squared times e to the power x squared times x becomes half. In place of the x squared we have u. In place of the x squared on the e part we have another u, and then x dx becomes du times a half, which we took out. So with this problem now we can use integration by parts. And integration by parts, we see that if we have a product of two functions v and the derivative of a function u, then when you integrate that, you have the product of uv minus the product of the function u and the derivative of v. And so we can express u as the derivative, e to the power u as the derivative of e to the power u, such that that can be equated to the capital U we have here, and v becomes u. So that now allows us, we pull the constant out, and the product of uv becomes the product of small u and e to the power u minus the integral of u is eu, and then v is small u, and the derivative of that small u is just going to be 1. So we have half times it times u times e to the power u minus the integral of eu, which is equals to a half times u times e to the power u minus e to the power u plus the integration constant. Now we have to go back to the x domain. We substituted into the u domain. Now we have to go back into the x domain. Going back to the x domain, since we have that, but since we know u to be equal to x squared, our integral, the integral of x cubed to the power x cubed times e to the power x squared, is the same as half times x squared in place of the u here times e to the power x squared minus e to the power x squared plus the integration constant. And that was the answer that was expected of us. So just a reminder, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, we do really encourage you to subscribe to our channel, like and share, and leave us any comment if you may have any suggestions, any alternative methods or solutions that you may have. We are always very much excited to hear from you. Until next time, bye bye.